having now. And I want you to do your best to just pause those thoughts. So you can acknowledge them, but then just let them go for this time that we have together for yoga practice. And take your attention inward to your breath. Start to notice, again, where you feel the breath, and then see if you can change where you feel the breath and move it lower into your belly. So when you do that, I want you to begin to think about allowing the belly to expand like a balloon as you inhale, and then subtly retract belly in as you exhale. And I want you to see how many counts you can use to do each of those. So can you breathe in for 3 to 5 counts and let your belly expand? And then breathe out for 3 to 5 counts and draw the belly slightly in. So this is kind of that mindful breathing part. So this is a good, as I've mentioned before, it's a good key strategy. It's a good technique, tool to have in your back pocket in times of pain, if you have trouble falling asleep, you're having trouble moving, if you're feeling anxious or nervous about something, kind of keying in or cueing your body into those belly breaths is a really good strategy. So this is something that you should be able to easily practice even when you're not in this class. So continuing to inhale and exhale into the belly. Do that for about 5 more breath cycles, nice and long. Just taking our time. And as you continue to breathe deeply, go ahead and set an intention for your practice today. So something you want to focus on. Something to bring a little bit of meaning into your practice. And then we're going to take 2 more cleansing breaths. So inhaling deeply through the nose, and then big exhale through the mouth. And we'll do that one more time, inhaling deeply through the nose, big heavy sigh through the mouth. Taking your time, making your way to a more upright body position. So scooting away from your chair back. Think about pulling your head and neck back so it's straight over your spine. So those of you that joined me in the class before this, same thing, just looking from the side, just paying a little bit of tension here to spine alignment. So we have a tendency to kind of bring our head forward and let our shoulders round. So this is what I do not want you to do, okay? So when I say nice tall posture, I want you to sit up as straight as you can and pull your head straight back. So we're going to think about lining up our ear, over our shoulder, over our hip, okay? So when you pull your head straight back, don't lift your chin up, but instead think about like making a little bit of a double chin, okay? So instead of doing this, you're going to just pull it straight back like you're a turtle. You're pulling it in, tucking it into your shell. Good. All right, on your nice deep breath in, I invite you to reach one or both arms up. So if you have a hurty shoulder, something that's not feeling right, you can also just do one arm. Exhale the hands to heart center. Good, again, inhale, sweeping the arms up. Sitting up tall, reaching through your fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Think about spreading your fingers nice and wide too. Do it again, inhale, reaching up. This time we're gonna keep one or both arms up. Really reach up, so stretching through the fingertips, but relaxing the tops of your shoulders. So pay attention to what the tops of your shoulders are doing. If they're riding up high towards your ears, see if you can drop them down, okay? And then as you exhale, hands together at heart center, press your palms and each of your fingers together. Good, we're gonna hold right here, and I want you to get a little bit of tension in your hands, okay? So I want you to think about pressing against each one of your hands. So your hands are flush to each other, and you're pushing them together with a little bit of resistance, okay? So feeling some activation around the shoulders, good. Creating a little bit of heat between your hands. Good, and then as you inhale, raise those arms all the way up. Keep pressing your hands together, and then exhale the arms down. Good, we'll do that one more time. So inhale, hands to heart center. Push those hands together. So you're getting lots of activation through the shoulders and the hands. Good, inhale, raise your arms up. Keep pressing your hands together. Good, exhale, release the arms down. Still sitting up nice and tall. Pulling your head straight back one more time. Press the hands together. Give some a little bit of tension there. So you're pushing back. One hand's trying to push one way and the other one's trying to push the other way. You keep your hands right there at heart center. Inhale, keep pushing them together. Raise them up. Good. Exhale. This time we're going to drop the left arm down and we're going to reach the right arm up and over for a side stretch. Good, and then I want you to just turn your palm a little bit. So turn it one way and then the other way. You can circle your wrist. Good, and then just hold it over. Whenever we're holding stretches, poses, I want you to not hold your breath if you can. Deep breath in, come all the way back up. Exhale the arm down. Good, sit up nice and tall. Once again, pull that head straight back. Check your spine alignment. Breathe in, left arm reaches up. Exhale, stretch to the side. Good, turn the palm a couple times one way and then the other way. Good, working those forearm muscles a little bit. Circle the wrist. Getting blood flow to the hand and the fingers. Good, nice deep breath in, bring those arms all the way up. Nice big V shape with the hands, so spread those fingers nice and wide. And then as you exhale, I want you to think about drawing your chest open and letting your hands come down. Now lift your chin up, pull your shoulder blades together. Where are your shoulder blades? They're in the back. Right? So you're trying to squeeze them together, lift your chest up, get a big stretch across the front of your shoulders and your chest. Good, deep breath in, bring those arms all the way up, sit tall. Do it again, exhale, open the chest. Elbows towards the side, lift the chin, pull the shoulder blades together. Good, one more time, inhale, reach those arms up. This time as you exhale, I want you to bring your hands together. Bring your hands together over your head, and then you're gonna press your palms towards me and let your chin drop down. So now we're kind of doing the opposite motion. So this is gonna be a stretch between the shoulder blades, okay? So we're pressing the arms out like we're hugging a tree trunk. We're pulling the belly in, we're letting the back round, and we're dropping our chin to our chest. Good. So I'm showing you what it looks like from the side. And then eyes up here. As you inhale, you're going to sit up straight and reach up again. So now your body is straight. As you exhale, you're going to tuck and round, chin to your chest, separate the shoulder blades. Good, we'll do that one more time, nice and slow. Inhale, sit tall. Reach the arms up, pelvis tips forward. Exhale, tuck and round, chin to the chest, belly in. So separating out the shoulder blades. Good, inhale, reach those arms all the way up. And then exhale, bring the arms down. So you have a nice tall spine posture. We're gonna move into some neck stretches, okay? First, we're going to just start to bring a little bit of movement into the neck again. So we're gonna bring the chin to the chest, look straight ahead. If it works for you, chin up. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So you're gonna go slow and controlled. So center, chin to your chest, Look straight ahead, chin up. Feeling that stretch at the base of the throat. Back towards me. One more time, chin to the chest. Center. Look up. And then back towards me. Once again, check your spine alignment. So pulling that head straight back, sitting up nice and tall. Turn and look to the right. Back to center. Turn and look to the left. Notice how that feels. Back to center. Turn and look right. Back to center. Turn and look left. Back to center. Sit up nice and tall. Right ear falls to your right shoulder. Good, back to center, left ear, left shoulder. Back to center, right ear, right shoulder. Back to center, left ear, left shoulder. Back to center, sitting up nice and tall. As you inhale, come to seated cow. So opening up your chest, arms are down at your sides now, but palms are forward or up. As you exhale, tuck and round, come to seated cat. Inhale, sit tall, seated cow, open your chest, lift your chin. So you're tipping your pelvis forward, sitting up as straight as you can. Exhale, tuck and round, seated cat. So this is warming the spine even more. Inhale, sit tall, seated cow, open up the front body. Good, exhale, tuck and round, seated cat. 2 more times. Inhale, sit tall, seated cow. Exhale, tuck and round, seated cat. Good, 1 more time. Inhale, sit tall, seated cow. Exhale, tuck and round, seated cat. Good, inhale, mountain pose. So seated mountain, palms are down at the sides, but this is an active sitting pose. So emphasis on spine alignment. Belly is in, palms are forward. Good, from here, we're gonna inhale the arms up to shoulder height. And then we're gonna take our right arm and we're gonna draw it across our chest. So this is gonna be a little bit of a deltoid or shoulder cap stretch. Yeah, so you can hold it here, you can pull it here. You wanna not, so if you have if this feels like pinching in your shoulder joint, then you might bring it a little bit lower, but we're looking for a shoulder cap stretch, and you might even feel it back behind, like in the back of the shoulder blade, okay? So we're gonna pause and then maybe tuck your chin a little bit. So you wanna kind of push a little bit into that hand so you can feel that stretch across the deltoid. Good. And then as you exhale, slowly release, nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up. This time as you exhale, you're gonna pull your left arm across. Tuck the chin to the chest. Once again, deltoid, back of the shoulder stretch. Pause and breathe. Good, as you exhale, slowly coming out of it. This time, coming back to that seated mountain pose. So palms are forward. We're gonna do a seated heart opening posture. So I want you to take your hands, point your fingers away from your bum. So see if you can put your hands on your seat pan, but fingers are gonna face like the back of your chair, okay? So you're gonna turn your fingertips away from your bum. I want you to lift your chest up, kind of puff it out. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then lift your chin up. So lots of times when we have tension or pain in the neck, a lot of it can be posture related. So we're trying to not just stretch out the neck, but also stretch out those muscles that attach around the shoulder girdle as well. Good, keep breathing. Breathing into that center of your chest. Good, and then as you exhale, slowly come out of it. Take a nice deep breath in, raise one or both arms up, sit up tall, and then this time we're going to bend forward. Let our backs round and come into that forward bend. This is where you can decide to reach down between your legs towards the floor or just rest your forearms on your thighs. You can play with shifting your weight a little bit from side to side. So if that feels good to you, you can do that. Or if you like just holding the stretch, you can do that too. As we hold some of these poses, I want you to pay attention to make sure that you're continuing to breathe and not holding your breath. And then we'll move our forearms over towards our left ankle or rest them on our left thigh. And then you can take that right arm and kind of reach it up and over or reach it down for your foot just to kind of see what that feels like stretching through your back, if that feels good. If it doesn't, you can just stay where you started. Keep your forearm, so I want you to keep your left forearm on your left thigh, but come up a little bit so your chest is towards me. And then take your right arm and reach it up and over if you can. So you're kind of stretching the trunk again, but chest is forward. And if you don't like reaching your arm up, then just do this. So I'm kind of bending my trunk here, but I'm resting on my thigh. Yep. Look down. You can look down towards your left foot. You can look straight ahead towards me, or you can look up. So it's all going to kind of change that angle of stretch on your neck. Good, look back towards me, moving nice and slowly out of it. Come back to center, forearms to the thighs or reach down to the floor, rounding your back. And then we're going to bring both forearms over towards the right thigh. So we're going to rest on our thigh, letting our head relax, or take that left arm and kind of reach down for your foot, reach up and over. So you should be noticing some stretching into the back side of your body. And this is where you're just going to kind of modify based on how you're feeling. So if you're like, yeah, that feels good, that's what you're going to do. Continuing to breathe, doing your best not to hold your breath. And then take an inhale, look back straight at me and kind of turn your chest forward, right? So before our chest was towards our leg, so now we're going to sit up a little bit straighter and turn the chest forward. We're still resting our right forearm on our right thigh, but we're having more of a side body stretch now. Okay, so do what I do. And then if you want, you can take that left arm and reach it up and over for more of a stretch, or you can just hold your trunk over this way. Good. Keep breathing. Try not to hold your breath. Good, and then slowly come out of it, taking your time. Nice deep breath in. Good, we're gonna keep our legs out a little bit wider. Come back to mountain pose, palms forward. As you inhale, I want you to reach your arms up, look up. As you exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. So round your back like you just did, or reach for the floor. Good, lift up halfway to a flat back. So belly is in, back is straight. And then on your next exhale, let your back round. Reach down for the floor or forearms to the thighs. Connect with the ground, so you're going to push your feet into the floor, take your time, come all the way up with your trunk, okay? You can take your time, raise those arms up over your head, and then exhale, hands to heart center. So especially as you're moving and bringing your trunk up, keep your belly button in. That's gonna help keep your low back protected. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. So let your back round however much you'd like. Inhale, lift up halfway, belly in. Exhale, round your back again. Press your feet into the floor, take your time. Come all the way up, so it's totally fine to walk up your legs, especially if you have a tendency to get lightheaded. Exhale, hands to heart center. So this is where you're doing things, but you're also modifying depending on how you feel. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Round your back or reach for the floor. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Round your back. Press into your feet, walk your hands up or come up nice and slow. Bring those arms up over your head. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful, good. Let your arms relax down at your side. I want you to turn your right toes to the right wall. So I'm gonna take, so this leg right here, I'm mirroring you guys. So you're gonna take your right leg, you're gonna step it out wide. Toes and knees are gonna turn to the right. Your left toes are gonna stay facing me, but I want you to stretch that leg out, okay? I'm gonna tip my camera down a little bit maybe so you can hopefully, or I'll move back. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Ready? Right toes are to the right. Here's your left leg. Right now it's just kind of hanging out like this, right? I'm gonna straighten my knee, I'm gonna stretch it out. Okay, straighten my knee, keeping my toes facing the computer screen. So this is gonna work best if you have your butt right towards the edge of your chair. Okay, see what I'm doing? So we were like this. Turn your right toes to the right, step that leg out so your knee is bent. Straighten that other leg out. So we're looking to get some stretching in the hips here, right? We're gonna do some hip stretching today. So this you might feel in your groin here, right? You sit up nice and tall though. So shoulders are over your hips, really long spine posture. Check your posture. Shoulders are over your hips. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Warrior two, belly is in. So you're trying to take up space with your arms and with your legs. Good. As you exhale, I want you to set your left hand on your left leg and tip back slightly. So when I do that, I'm just going to let my front arm float up. So now I'm going to stretch right through the side body right here. Good. And then as you exhale, you're going to set this right arm on your thigh. Reach your left arm up and over. Good. Big side stretch. You might feel that all the way into that hip. Good. You're going to take that left arm and you're going to reach for your lower leg or your ankle on that bent leg. Okay? So you're coming down towards that right leg. Then I want you to inhale and open up like you're twisting towards me. Okay? So we're keeping our right forearm on our thigh. Good. Exhale, bring that hand down towards your foot or your ankle. Inhale, open your chest towards me. Reach up. Good. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, reach up. Good. Hold here. Take another breath in and use that to come up with your trunk. And then slowly, we're going to turn our shoulders and our hip all the way over to the right. So when we do that, that leg that was straight is going to kind of come into a bent position. So we did this pose. This is a lunge modification. We did do this last week too. So it works best if you think about turning your trunk to the right. So you're going to turn your trunk to face the right, and then that leg that's on the outside is just going to either come knee under your hip, or you can press it back a little bit. Okay? So shoulders are going to stack over your hips. You're going to look towards that right wall. Nice job, you guys. So this is like a hip flexor and quad stretch. So we talked about doing some hip opening, right? So we're trying to sit up straight. Chest is gonna face the right wall. Belly button is gonna face the right wall. You can put your inside arm on your chair back if you want, and you can reach your outside arm up, looking straight ahead or slightly up. Okay? Good. Think about pressing the front of your left hip towards that wall. You're pressing the front of that left hip towards that right wall. Good, beautiful. Good. Exhale the arm down. Slowly turn back to face forward, and then step your feet out and in a couple times. Kind of notice how you're feeling. Now we'll take the legs out nice and wide again. Get right towards the edge of your chair. Sit up tall, okay? We're going to take the left foot and knee and turn it to face the left wall. Okay, so right now your feet are forward. Left toes and knee goes to this wall. Got it? On your right leg, I want you to stretch it out. Toes are going to still face forward. Okay? So you should be doing what I'm doing. Shoulders are over your hips. Chest and belly button facing your screen. Breathe in. Bring those arms up to shoulder height. Good. Breathing. Good. As you exhale, you're going to take that right hand, just set it on your calf or your lower leg, and then reach that left palm towards that back wall, that wall that's kind of behind your straight leg. So you're getting a side stretch right here. Very good. This is what we call reverse warrior. Try to keep breathing. Good. And then as you exhale, left forearm comes down to the left thigh. Good. Beautiful. We'll take that arm that's kind of resting on your leg here, so your top arm, reaching it down for the left ankle or lower leg. Look down as you reach down, and then as you inhale, you're going to sweep that right arm up, opening your chest. Yep. Still keeping that forearm over your thigh. As you exhale, take that hand, bring it back down to your left ankle. All the while stretching that right leg forward, or not forward, but stretching it straight. Inhale, reach the right arm up, chest opens. Think about like you're opening up like a book. Exhale, hand down to the ankle. Good, one more time. Inhale, open up. Good, beautiful. Exhale, hand to the ankle. You guys got it. One more time. Inhale, open up. Good, this time take that arm up and over. Big side body stretch. Don't forget to breathe. Good, inhale, come up and out of it slowly. Good, coming out, good. Now we're gonna turn shoulders and hips to the left wall, okay? So you're gonna scoot on your chair a little bit, so shoulders and hips are to the left wall, as well as kind of your belly button and your chest. So you turn, yeah, and that the leg that was behind you is gonna kind of drop in. You're gonna press the front of that outside hip towards the left wall. And then you can set your inside arm on your chair back if you want, and raise your outside arm up. So we're in a lunge, right? So we're working on hip flexor and quad stretch of your outside leg. So you're pressing the front of this hip towards that wall, okay? Sitting up nice and straight, really lengthening your tummy. Good, pause and breathe. And then as you exhale, bring your arm down, still pressing the front of that outside hip towards that left wall, and then slowly come out of it. Good, bringing your feet back in. Okay, we're gonna do a couple other hip opening poses, kind of muscles around the hip and the pelvis that affect standing, sitting, posture. So I'd like to try at least one or two of them in standing. I'll give you options for sitting, but if you're okay coming to standing using your chair, go ahead and come up. And once you get on your feet, I want you to come into mountain pose. If you're staying sitting, mountain pose in sitting. Okay? So those of you that want to come to standing, I want you to face your chair back. My friends in sitting, I want you to just stay in mountain pose for a moment. You're going to face your chair back and you're going to take 1 foot and step it back. So probably 1.5 feet or so, 2 feet. So your feet are kind of staggered. You don't have to have them like tightrope feet. You can have them out to the side a little bit for balance. You're going to keep your knees straight. You're going to stand up tall. So I'm holding my chair back as I do this. Notice my alignment, right? So I have head, shoulders, pelvis, right? I got my chair right here. I'm going to hinge at my front hip crease. And I'm going to bend over my front leg until I feel a stretch into the back of my hamstring or back of my thigh. So this might mean that I can walk my hands down my chair a little bit. This is called pyramid pose. Okay? Tummy muscles are tight. We're going to pause and breathe. So you have a micro bend in both knees. Okay? Keep holding it. Stay there. If you're sitting, you're going to take it into a modified head to knee pose. So if you're sitting, you're going to step your left leg forward, your right leg back, and you're going to still align your spine, right? And you're going to hinge forward, reaching for your foot, right? So same thing, a hamstring stretch, but just different body position, okay? Holding there. So as you hold, pyramid or seated variation, I want you to keep your belly button in. You can lower yourself further if you feel like you have that length in your hamstrings. Sometimes those hamstrings, those are the back of the thigh muscles, they get tight when we do a lot of sitting. Same with the hip flexors in the front of the hip. Okay? Good. I want you to slowly walk. If you're doing the standing position, I want you to slowly walk your hands up so they're on your chair back. I want you to keep your, I don't know which foot you guys have forward. Whatever foot you have forward, you're going to keep the opposite hand on the chair back. And then you're going to reach the other arm up and turn towards your front leg. So you're turning in the direction of whatever leg you have closest to the chair. As you exhale, bring your hand back down. Nice, you guys. You can do that too if you're sitting. We'll do it one more time. Inhale and turn towards your front leg, working a little bit of that trunk rotation. And then exhale and release. Good. Go ahead and step your back leg in or bring your extended leg forward. Come back to seated or standing mountain pose. Feet are going to be about a fist distance apart. So this is just our active seated or standing posture, right? So everything is lined up. Palms are forward. Belly is in, chest is up. We're going to do that same pyramid pose on the second side. So we're facing our chair, hands are going to come to the chair back. We're going to step 1 foot as close as we can to the chair legs, and we're going to stagger the other one back. So we're setting up for that pyramid pose, remember, just like we did on side 1. Nice and long through the spine. So shoulders are over your hips. You're going to hinge at your hip crease and come forward until you feel a stretch in the back of the thigh. You can use your chair to lower yourself down depending on how you need to stretch. So both knees are straight. Okay, both knees are straight, but you've got a little baby knee bend in them. If you're doing that in sitting, okay, if you're doing it in sitting, you're taking the other leg straight out, one leg back, and you're hinging forward over your leg, same thing. So I'm showing you options for sitting and for standing. So you can choose which one you do. Stay where you are. So whatever one you're in, you're staying there. You can switch if you want, but otherwise you're holding that stretch. We're going to take 2 or 3 deep breaths in and out. Let the back of your neck relax. Good. And then my standers, either way, I want you to slowly walk your hands up so they're anchored on the chair back. Whatever leg is forward, you're going to lift that arm up and turn towards that side. Okay? Good. Look at your hand. Exhale, bring the arm down. Good. Do it again. Inhale. Lift your arm up. Turn your chest that way. Little trunk rotation, right? Got to look at your arm. Exhale, bring it back down. Good. One more time. Inhale, raise it up. And exhale, bring it down. Good. Go ahead and take your leg that's forward, if you're standing, step it back. So you're a couple feet away from your chair. Holding onto your chair back, take a breath in. As you exhale, I want you to drop back away from your chair. So you're dropping your sit bones back, letting your back round, holding and breathing. So modified child's pose. If you're sitting, okay, some of you that were in the class right before this, we did this too. If you're sitting, just anchor your hands on something. So table, desk, another chair, and then drop your butt back. Okay, so same thing. You can do the exact same move, but you just got to find something to put your hands on. Okay, so I have a table right here. So if I'm sitting, I can put my hands here and drop my sit bones and my butt back away from my hands. Okay? So as you're doing that, relax the back of your neck. You can move your hips a little bit from side to side if that feels good. Like you're kind of just getting into your body, finding some length in the trunk, into the shoulders, doing what feels good for you. And then when you're ready, you're going to come out of it slowly. Walk your feet back towards the chair or sit back up. Kind of pedal out your feet. Good. Awesome. And then I want you to turn your back to the chair back if you're standing. You're going to grab as low down on your chair back so that you can get your elbows straight. Okay, can you do that with me? So you're going to grab down on your chair back so your elbows stay straight. If you're sitting, you're going to turn your fingers away from your bum, just like we did earlier. So you're going to grab as far down on your chair back as you can. Elbows are straight. Okay, lift your chest up, pull your shoulder blades together, and lift your chin. Heart opener. Okay, we did this in sitting. So it should feel like you're lifting your chest up, you're pulling your shoulder blades together, and you're using the chair to support you. Just a little tiny bit, right? Shoulder blades pulled together. I want you to take 3 deep breaths in and out. Your last standing pose, friends. Keep breathing. Good. As you exhale, slowly release back to center. If you're not already sitting, take a seat in your chair. So a lot of times in a traditional yoga class, before we do a final relaxation, we do what's called an inversion, which we don't typically do in chair yoga. So inversions are just when your head is lower than your heart. For a lot of us, that makes us lightheaded, so we kind of avoid that. But we're going to do a chair modification of an inversion, okay? So we're going to do a chair bridge, okay? So if I were laying on my back and I picked my hips up and did a bridge, you see how then my head would be lower than my heart, right? So we're going to do a variation of that in the chair. So you're gonna put your hands on your chair. You're gonna step your feet out. You can step them as far out as you want. The further they are, the harder it's gonna be. You're gonna press into your hands, and then what I want you to try to do is lift your hips up and hold them up there, okay? You're gonna lift them up and you're gonna hold them up. Elbows are straight, you're picking your butt up. So keep your hands down in the chair and lift your hips up. So lift your butt up off the chair. Yep, so it's not like a sit to stand, it's like a bridge. Yep, you're trying to lift your hips up. Good, good, good. You're holding it. Good. Slowly release your butt back down. Keep your arms on your chair. We're going to try it one more time. Okay? So you're going to connect your hands to the chair. Your feet are on the floor. You're going to pick your hips up and think about moving them forward. Okay? Like there's somebody going to drive a truck underneath your butt. So you got to get them off the chair. Good. Try it one more time. Lift those hips up. Nice job, you guys. I know that's kind of tricky. Exhale. Bring your hips down. Inhale. Sit up tall. Reach your arms all the way up. Big giant stretch. Exhale. Forward fold. Reach for the floor. Let your back round. Good. Bring forearms up to your thighs. Let your back round. Breathe. Notice how you feel. Walk your hands up your body. Taking your time. Recline back over your chair back. Lift your chin up. Let your arms be nice and long and loose. Palms towards the ceiling. Nice reclined posture. Good. Take a cleansing breath. Inhaling through the nose. Big, heavy sigh through the mouth. Good. Do that one more time. Inhaling through the nose. Big, heavy sigh through the mouth. And then just take any comfortable position in your chair. So you can stay reclined if that feels good for you. If you want to come out of a little bit of that reclined posture, you can, but just let the backrest support you. We're going to come into our final relaxation. So this is where you get to just be totally still and relaxed. So once you are in that comfortable position in your chair, one more time we'll take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Big, heavy sigh through the mouth. Let your chair absorb your body. Let the ground support you. Allow your eyes to close or lower your gaze. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Notice the gentle rise and fall of the belly as you breathe in and out. Put a pause on any mind chatter. Taking a few moments to put a pause both on the body moving and the mind chatter. Just letting yourself be still.